remain standing until we have sung the national anthem. Thank you. Good morning, members of council, parents, staff, and the girls of DSG. 3 weeks ago, this would not have been possible, so it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the DSG prize giving of 2020. Please remain standing as we sing the national anthem. Please be seated. Thank you. Hope you settled into your chair. Please sit back and enjoy the musical item produced by the Diocesan School for Girls and the St. Andrews College Music School. Enjoy.
In this world, if there is light on this earth, let us use it, let us sing it, starting right now. Can we be ourselves, respectful and mindful of one another. Your sister and brother.
Peace and love, more tolerance, faithful, just in the same name of God. Peace, love, more tolerance, faithful, just in the same God whose name we died, taking innocent life. That's not what it is, and it doesn't matter what book you read. Is there relief up ahead? Is judgment and hearing awaits? Await on our minds to bear, shame on our heads to bear. Where is salvation in love? Now that we have what we want, now that we have our wants. Peace, love, more tolerance, faithful, trust in the same God whose name we died for, taking innocent life for. That's not what it means, and it doesn't matter what book you read.
With a little bit of ease and a little bit of calm, acceptance is the key to all we know. What about a stir of compassion and lenience? What about some understanding? What about some sympathy?
Peace, love, more tolerance, faithful, trust in the same God whose name we died for, taking innocent life for. That's not what it means, and it doesn't matter what book you read. Kindness, warm deliverance, comfort, mercy, redemption, song, redemption, song, redemption, song, redemption, song. Kindness, warm deliverance, comfort, mercy, redemption, song, redemption, song, redemption, song, redemption, trust in the same God whose name we died for, taking innocent life for. That's not what it means, and it doesn't matter what book you read.
Let us pray. Dear Abba, loving Father, this morning we join the heavenly hosts as we celebrate the achievements made by the matric class of 2020, and we give you thanks for each of them. Thank you for every moment of their time spent with us at DSG. Thank you for leading them in their studies and protecting them from harm this year. Thank you for the generous doses of tenacity, perseverance, agility, and grace that you have showered upon them during this unique year. May each girl feel proud of what they have achieved under the circumstances, and may they enjoy sharing their success with family and friends. May the knowledge they have acquired here, the friendships they have made here remain intact, and the dreams and visions they carry become real. Father, we dedicate this celebration to you and ask that the Holy Spirit may come and dwell among us. And this we pray through Jesus Christ, our Savior and friend. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. Parents, staff, council members, old girls, and girls in green. It is indeed a difficult task that is set before us today, to sum up a year unlike any other. It would be fair to say that we are living in interesting times. The expression, "may you live in interesting times," is falsely believed to be of Chinese origin and a blessing. However, it is neither. To live in interesting times is to face constant uncertainty, discomfort, and hardship, something that the DSG community and the world at large has experienced this year. We have faced the storm, and I'm proud to say, come out on the other side, somewhat shaken, but not worse for wear, and as our teachers constantly say, with memories that we can tell our children about. Before we discuss those memories, we'd like to introduce ourselves.
Oyama Twenga Nzaidume likes to think of herself as a cube from a side profile, two-dimensional. But this year, I've had the privilege to realize that this is definitely not the case. She is not only Merriman's soon-to-be dictator, but also the future St. Andrews first-team rugby coach, and is going to have renowned rapper as one of her titles before long.
Our deputy head girl, Charlotte Sarah de Pillay Abraham, is from Joburg, and although she looks sweet, is very spicy. Shah started learning to play the drums this year, is extremely good at maths, and somehow enjoys running. She ran 30 kilometers this year to raise money for orphan girls and homeless women in Uganda, and is the good cop to my very bad cop. The first bit of 2020 was exciting. We welcomed a vibrant group of new girls into our school community, as well as our new heads, Mr. de Villiers, Mr. Holderness, and Dr. Gens. They have fully embraced the DSG vibe and are just as energetic as the girls in green.
From new pots to International Women's Day celebration, Term 1 was packed with things to do, and it was amazing to see the girls flourishing on the basketball courts, in the pool, in the dance studio, in the music school, and of course, in the classroom. From then onwards, the interesting times began. No one knew what to expect when we were sent home in March. We traded Rush for Zoom and our uniform for pajamas. The celebration of public holidays, such as that of Human Rights Day and Youth Day, open mic concerts, and even K-Day, all turned online, leaving no room for anyone to be camera shy.
The value of the school experience in traditional schools like ours in the 21st century has been questioned, particularly with the advent of technology. But what is clear from our experience this year is that school is more than just being taught what is required to gain an NSC certificate after 5 years of high school. The learning that comes from interacting with peers and everyone around the school is an invaluable part of the educational experience. Luckily, many of us were able to return to our beautiful campus during the second term.
Living in another house throughout this term was definitely an adjustment. Getting used to a new environment with different people and different rules did not come naturally. Even the different structure of roll call seemed foreign. One of the most confusing parts about being in a new house, in our opinion, was having to adapt to the new laundry times. Laundry on a Wednesday, Espen? But once we had all settled in, the experience definitely had its positives. I think for many, it enabled them to become a lot closer with the girls who they weren't ordinarily friends with before, which in turn has strengthened the great bodies. as we have all been able to find a common ground within this shared experience. Most importantly, it has made us all appreciate the little things within DSG life. Things such as each house's individual vibe and being able to see your house director on a daily basis.
An important part of our journey this year, and over the course of the 5 years that we have been at DSG, is the school looking at ways to become a better version of ourselves through engaging in initiatives to transform DSG into an inclusive space. Often in chapel, we sing "We Have a Dream," a hymn that has powerful lyrics based on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s 1963 speech delivered at the Civil Rights March in Washington. The lyrics in this hymn include one that goes as follows: "We have a dream that one day we shall see, a world of justice, truth, and equity." I hope that as a school, when we sing this hymn, we do so meaning every word sincerely and with the courage to take action to ensure that we do live in a school and a world full of justice, truth, and equity. This journey has been painful but incredibly rewarding, and I'd like to thank the girls in green, in particular our girls from grades 10 to 12, and our old girls for your passion and commitment to transforming DSG. I would also like to thank Ms. Barker, Ms. Maiwashe, and my fellow transformation prefects for their dedication, as well as our heads and council members. We hope that DSG continues on the path of transformation and can one day be a shining example of what the world should be like.
Looking ahead, there is a lot of uncertainty and a sense that the world we are living in is dangerous and unsafe, particularly for us as young women. At the same time, there are so many opportunities and exciting prospects for the future. We know for the matrics especially that this has been a very daunting prospect, as no one quite knows what to expect for when they leave. It is the same feeling that I am sure our grade 7s in the junior school are having, or maybe even similar to the butterflies that the grade 10s are having about going into grade 11. But what is certain is that all of the girls who walk this campus will be able to cope. At DSG, we are taught to never shy away from a challenge. Instead, we are encouraged to run at it, head on. The school produces young women with grit and perseverance, and that is why, through the midst of all this unpredictability, we will be okay.
We have a few important thank yous to say, but please know that we are grateful to all of you for the honor of serving the school this year and for the incredible love and support that we have received from every corner of the campus. To our teachers and house staff, you have been so kind and nurturing towards us. Thank you so much, and we will miss you dearly. Mr. DV, Mr. H, and Dr. G, you have been such pillars of wisdom, love, and banter this year. Thank you for working hard to ensure that we could continue with our education in a safe manner, and well done on surviving your baptism of fire. This is not an easy year to be your first as a head at DSG. To our parents, thank you for the sacrifices that enabled us to wear this uniform. We are immensely grateful. To the boys in blue, thank you for the companionship, especially to Jono, Robbie, and Matt. Although all of your watches seem to be set a few hours late on most days, thank you for all the hard work. I would like to thank my house director, Mrs. Stretton, affectionately known as Mama Stretz, for everything. She has loved me since I set foot in Merriman and treated me like her own daughter. Thank you to Shah. There is no one else I would have picked to walk this path with me. I appreciate every single girl in green. Your hellos and smiles have been a highlight of this year, especially from the little junior school girls. Andinakubulela ngaphandle kokubulela kusapho lwam. Mama, Tata, Zuzu noBongi, ndiyanithanda kwaye ndiyathemba ukuba niyazingca ngam kuba yonke into endiyenzayo ndiyenzela nina. Enkosi kakhulu ngenkxaso, imithandazo nothando lwenu.
Mara, wake up. Thank you to Mrs. Cornge for the constant care and support, to Oyama for the late night chats, to the friendly faces around campus, and to my crew sisters. I'd Sally Walker with you any day. I don't think I'll ever be able to watch Lowell walk around an Astro or play 1-2-3 block without thinking of you all and the OG den. Although this is not a goodbye, it's an I'll see you soon. And Dookie, I'll see you at Oxford. My biggest thanks goes to you, family Abraham. Mum and Papa, thank you for the wisdom, guidance, and unconditional love.
Seated before us is a group of wonderful young women. We have lead tips and pipe majors, musicians who performed at the National Arts Festival, artists, aspiring thespians, talented sportswomen, future CEOs, and leaders. But most importantly, we have kind-hearted, loving girls who we are proud to call our sisters. Thank you to FMXX, the Reb Dogs, Quality with a K, and Kumquats. Collectively known as the class of Corona, or another name that we cannot say here. And shout out to the guinea pigs. You are the embodiment of the DSG spirit, and each of our individual struggles to get to this moment have been worth it. Thank you for the past 5 years. May the future be as bright and never-ending as the love that we share for each other.
And so, to the class of 2021, take the baton and run with it, because next year is yours. We implore you to embrace everything, relish in your final moments of DSG, and think of us when you have your matric dance. But more importantly, carry on the legacy of the thousands of girls in green before you, and leave our school a better place for the girls in green to follow.
Finally, if you take one thing from this address, it should be to never to forget to fight the patriarchy and always support your fellow girls in green. Phambili, en avant.
Underneath the city lights, there is a life you know about. Oh, and rules don't apply, no. And you can't keep a good girl looking for a good time, gonna make that shake that money on a dime. Gonna be a sugar daddy, she can work it just fine. Up on the table, she'll be dancing all night. Baby, don't just come alive. Under the spotlight, all the girls on the button light. We say, here come the ladies dancing in the good show. Here go the pussy in the show, with it more. Get it up, don't let your wrist. Get it up, this is not a test. Get it up, gotta give me your best. So get your ass up, show me how you do this. Get it up, don't let your rest. Get it up, this is not a test. Get it up, gotta give me your best. So get your ass up, show me how you do this. A little bit of naughty, it's a little bit nice. She's a whole lot of glam, sweat, sugar, sex, spice. Good shimmy, shimmy, strut, strut, give a little what up on the table, she'll be dancing. Everybody just comes alive. Under the spotlight, all the boys wanna fall behind. We say, here come the ladies dancing in the good show. Here come the pussy in the show, with it more. Get it up, don't let your wrist. Get it up, this is not a test. Get it up, gotta give me your best. So get your ass up, show me how you do this. Get it up, don't let your rest. Get it up, this is not a test. Get it up, gotta give me your best. So get your ass up, show me how you do this.
I think they need another round of applause. That was excellent. I'd now like to call up the Chair of Council, Mr. Mark Cotton, to address us this morning.
bright up here. Well, the enlightened patriarchy has arrived. And I would like to hope that we are producing girls that feel that they can fight against it. So a very warm welcome to you all, and especially the parents who are thrilled could join us here today. A shout out to the rest of the girls joining us from the chapel, I believe. I know how hard the pews are, and so I promise that my speech will be brief. I do apologize in advance if I splutter a little bit through this speech. I picked up a bit of a cold, but don't worry, girls, I have in the front row here, I have tested negative, so you're all safe. Normally I would stand before you and provide insights on the future direction of DSG, and indeed 2020 was supposed to be the year in which we revamped our 5-year strategy. But as it often goes in life, things change. Now, normally we encounter change on a somewhat more conventional scale. Change that has some precedent that we can draw on, but it is rare that we are presented with a once-in-a-generation event such as COVID. And so today, I would like to set aside thoughts of the future and simply focus on a deep sense of gratitude that I feel in the present. Gratitude for parents who were open-minded to the radical ways that we had to reconfigure the school. You entrusted us with your girls under uncertain and trying circumstances and sent them back to us. Some I note were very enthusiastic about doing this after a very long lockdown period. It goes without saying that some of the girls were equally enthusiastic to come back. There were parents who came forward and offered their expertise, and a special thanks must go to the medical committee for their wisdom. There were parents who initiated the COVID Relief Fund, which was a parents supporting parents initiative. There were parents who also came forward with suggestions as to where things could be improved, and I hope that you found us receptive and willing to adjust. Through numerous Zoom calls with parents, we learned the power of communication and the way it brings together a community. And this is something we will look to continue in the future. It is very difficult for me to find words to express my deep sense of gratitude to the staff. Mr. de Villiers, I don't think anyone has had a more challenging start to the role of head in DSG history, and yet you have met the challenge with strength, with compassion, enthusiasm, and fortunately a good dose of much-needed humor. To the executive team who produced a world-class set of COVID policies and developed and supported a new way of doing school. To staff who in a matter of days pivoted to online learning to ensure that no school days were lost. To the Advancement Office who still managed to launch our new branding and pull off the amazing feat under these circumstances of ensuring that we will once again have a full school next year. To all the support staff who work tirelessly behind the scenes, your efforts do not go unnoticed. As I mentioned last year, we are fortunate to have a very diverse group of council members who bring a vast array of skills and expertise. Never before have we had to lean quite so heavily on these skills as we have done this year. So as a school, we owe a huge debt of gratitude to this group of people who, as volunteers, never shy away from putting in a huge amount of effort when called upon to do so. This all in the context of them still having to do their day jobs under the same trying conditions. There are a handful that have especially heeded the call this year and deserve a special mention. Mr. Poole and the financial subcommittee who designed financial plans that balance the sustainability of the school with the challenging situation that our parents find themselves in. Ms. Dwani, who now heads up the newly transformed Transformation and Diversity Committee, for helping us to set us on a new course in this area. Dr. Mayhazen, who spent endless hours working with the executive team to ensure the health and safety of the girls. Mr. Hillary, whose guidance has taken our marketing and alumni relations activities to the next level, and who has been looking to the future while we have had to focus on the challenges of the present. and Mrs. Jarvis, who is spearheading a program to enhance the welfare of our most important asset, our staff. This year, we are also pleased to welcome Dr. Mogatle as a new member of council. Dr. Mogatle, first meeting, gave us a clear indication of the immense value that he will bring to council in the future. Most importantly, my gratitude to the girls. I'm sure that this was not the matric year that you envisioned. This year normally represents the pinnacle of your school careers in the classroom, on the sports field, and in the arts and cultural activities. It would be easy to wallow in self-pity for what could have been and live with regret. However, you chose a different path. You chose to have courage, to adapt, to overcome. It is these traits and lessons that I think you'll find in time will be the gift that COVID has given you. As it is these very traits that will determine your ability to thrive in an ever-changing and challenging world. I am also extremely thankful to you that we haven't had to face a single disciplinary hearing this year. And if we could please make sure we keep it that way. I'm going to digress now for a little moment from my planned speech. When we were sitting here in March and looking down the barrel of the gun, as it were, we, as you would expect us to do, looked at a number of different scenarios. And as a school, what you fear is obviously not having girls in your school because you're no longer sustainable. And so we plotted out numerous different scenarios that would help us to get ahead and envision where we might be. And those scenarios obviously involved, were we going to come back to school this year? Were we going to, how many girls would come back for whatever reason? And I think it is a huge testament to this community that the one scenario that we didn't plan for was that we would have I think just about every girl back in the third term that could come back bar one. And that is a huge testament to the parents, to the staff, and to the girls, and the bond between those groups. So I think you all should give yourselves a huge hand of applause. Bill. For the community that we have established around DSG. In closing, people and institutions show their true character when faced with extreme adversity. So I think it would be remiss not to spend a few moments reflecting on what DSG has exhibited this year. What I've seen demonstrated is a school that is not willing to accept the status quo, that acknowledges that doing things the way they have always been done will not set us on a path towards excellence. A school that is willing to be brave and to take risks, to look in the mirror and acknowledge where we have fallen short in the past and work tirelessly to enable a better future. That is willing to listen to our broader community and they use their collective wisdom to make the school a better place for all. With a community as diverse as ours, it is inevitable that pursuing these ideals will generate unease, uncertainty, and perhaps even discomfort. It is our duty to ensure that through inclusive communication, we allay these fears and ensure that we always anchor ourselves to our core Christian beliefs such as integrity, empathy, honesty, kindness, and respect for others. It is my commitment that we will strive to never deviate from these principles, regardless of the path chosen or the challenges that may befall us. Thank you.
Can someone remember my tablet code? I was thinking now when Mark was talking about how good the girls were this year, maybe we should cancel term 2 next year and we won't have any further disciplinary hearings. Sihlangene namhlanje ukubhiyuzela abantwana bethu. Bafike ngamantombazana amancinci kodwa bayaqhubeka ukusukela namhlanje benganamabhika aselula. Nangona inhliziyo zethu zifa kamnandi, siyambulela uThixo ngesipho esingabantwana bethu abahle. Ndifuna ukuthi enkosi kuni abazali, usithembile ngabantwana bakho kwaye sinethemba lokuba senze kakuhle kwayo sinihloniphile. Good morning, Chair of Council Mr. Cotton and Mrs. Cotton, Bishop Ebenezer, other members of Council, honored guests, colleagues, matric girls and parents present, and grade 8 to 11 girls, colleagues, and parents watching from home and from school. Before I share a few thoughts with you this morning, I want you to first sing with me. We're going to sing Happy Birthday to Ma Nozuko Kondra, who's having a birthday today. So let's go. Happy birthday to Nozuko, may God bless you richly in the year that lies ahead. Utata Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela said, "It always seems impossible until it is done." I will not go as far as stating that it is done, but the task that seemed very daunting over the past few months turned out to be possible after all. However, I must admit that I had my moments when I thought, oh please, will someone just tell me when this is done? And of course, the answer to that question is it is never done. In his recent book, The Infinite Game, Simon Sinek makes out a case that successful, sustainable organizations are playing an infinite game. In a finite game, the rules are clear and inflexible. The time frame is fixed, and the team must limit mistakes at all costs, because the aim of the game is to beat the opposition by one measure only, the scoreboard when time's up. It's vastly different in an infinite game. Such a game is not driven by the desire to beat the opposition. The aim of the infinite game is to stay in the game, to become better, not to be the best, because the notion of being the best is flawed and short-lived most of the time. Organizations that play the infinite game serve a just cause. They create safe environments and build trusting teams. They learn from their worthy rivals and practice flexibility while they're showing the courage to lead. I am convinced that the DSG has reached the ripe age of 146 years and this point in 2020, thanks to her infinite game attitude that will keep making the difference into her infinite future. Our community is a trusting team, united around the just cause of nurturing the holistic learning of the delightfully diverse girls in green and contributing to their growth into confident young women of remarkable character, competence, composure, and compassion. In 2020, we have deliberately set out to create a safe working and learning environment. And hereby I mean physically and emotionally safe. By strengthening relationships, listening with intent, and building trust. We are continuing to do so by promoting an environment in which information can flow freely, where calculated risk-taking and learning from mistakes are indicators of best practice, and where help is easily offered and easily received. We made a special effort to strengthen ties with our worthy rivals in Makanda and elsewhere, so that we may learn from them and strengthen our broader community. Simon Sinek says, there is a difference between a group of people who work together and a group of people who trust each other. With the trust among colleagues, we turned leadership into a team sport at DSG, which made it possible for our organization to be flexible in a time that called for the courage to break the mold, innovate fearlessly, take risks, try new things, make mistakes, learn from them, and repeat. When I reflect on the challenging year that 2020 has been, and where we stand as an organization today, I'm overwhelmed with emotion. I found, just between us, that rather irritatingly, that I cry a little bit too easily nowadays. So let's see if I can get through this. So I'll share with you a little secret of the places I cried at in the last week. I'm either getting soft or getting old, or maybe this has just been a much tougher year than we all expected it to be. Nevertheless, I've been grateful for this COVID mask of mine that saved me from embarrassment on several occasions over the last few days, such as when I saw the powerful drama pieces of the Matrix. I cried. At the prefect induction service, I cried. The candlelit chapel with Matrix singing for all the saints made me cry. The speeches at the guild dinner made me cry, but maybe I was just very hungry, I don't know. I went on for a bit. The deeply meaningful confirmation service yesterday morning. And then, of course, the breathtaking matric dresses that I saw last night made me weep. No, it was very special. When schools were forced to close in March, we were staring into the hazy view of the unknown and started planning for various grim scenarios. As Mr. Cotton said, none of these was our current position of a school full to capacity and a 2021 waiting list in many grades by October. So as we reflect on having successfully steered our ship through this year of unimaginable disruption, we cannot dare to be filled with pride, but rather with awe and gratitude for the grace and faithfulness of our loving God, who remains the reason and the rock, and I will not cry, on which this school was founded and will continue to build. Here we are, on the other side of the COVID-19 bell curve, and by that I do not mean that we are out of the woods by any means. And literally every girl in our school roll has returned when she could. I think as we stand here today, there are 8 or 10 girls, who are still following us online because they couldn't renew their student visas, but every single other girl returned to us. We have not lost a single day of schooling. We have no COVID-19 casualty to report, and our matrics are ready to sit their National Senior Certificate examination in 2 weeks' time. Thanks be to God. Yep, it's true. Maybe I should say that I'm proud. I am proud. But my sense of gratitude is much stronger because I know that our likelihood to succeed this year was hugely enhanced by our many, many privileges. COVID-19 amplified the inequalities and injustice in South African society and the world at large. I'm deeply grateful for the fact that DSG is still in the game, maybe even ahead of the game. But I'm also aware more than ever before of our responsibility to the broader community in crisis around us, especially here in Makhanda. The DSG community engagement kept up momentum through the year and managed to mobilize girls, parents, and staff to have a significant impact on the poorest and most vulnerable citizens in Makhanda. And I thank you all for that. During the lockdown, I helped our team to deliver food parcels one day, and I was shaken by the horrific circumstances and the desperate need I observed, and humbled by the phenomenal individuals who dedicate their lives to caring for the most vulnerable, children and the elderly, without hardly any material means at their disposal, but an abundance of faith and resourcefulness, and no expectation for financial reward. And may I say that most of these individuals who carry this community not far from us in the township are strong women. And I want us to salute them today. I saw children whose very survival, let alone their education, depends on the calling of these remarkable people, and knew that it is right that DSG girls, staff, and parents strengthen their arms strengthen the arms of some of these difference makers. If you had to choose, this is a quiz, so if you've been dozing off, you must wake up now, please. If you had to choose only one word to capture the deepest character of what DSG is, stands for, holds dear, what would that word be? Turn to your friend next to you and share that word. Think about it quickly. We're going to make a stop here. Staff, this is where you must stop your stopwatches. This doesn't count. Find someone close to you and give them a word that describes the deepest essence of what our school is all about. Parents, you must also please participate in this. Don't be shy. My choice is the word community. And I think it is the most common reason for which DSG is the school of choice of families from across the country and the continent and even the world. DSG community manifests in a multitude of guises. The relationships at any given moment in the school between girls, staff, and parents, the global network of old girls and their families, the sisterhood between girls within and across houses and grades, the mentoring relationship between staff and girls in and on the classrooms, sports fields, the outdoors, houses, stages, the sand, the chapel, the sibling interaction with St. Andrew's College on a daily basis, the connection with the Anglican Church and other Anglican schools across the world, the support from countless friends of the school, and our relationship with God our Father. This multifaceted, beautiful community has been progressing steadily for 146 years through many ups and downs, and with consistency and change in appropriate measure. There is no substitute for consistency, but at the same time, we need to keep questioning the status quo at every turn and be willing to risk the change that will take DSG forward. Simply continuing down the well-worn path is easier, as suggestions of change are often met with criticism and skepticism. But this is not what progress looks like. We should be bold to go where our thinking, our research, and our experience show us to go, and always ensure that everybody understands why. I would like to pay tribute to various members of our precious community who invest something of themselves in ensuring that your DSG matrix was the fun-filled, learning-filled, and memory-filled adventure you have enjoyed. Firstly, the remarkable DSG staff, academic and non-academic, internal and outsourced. In March, the decision was taken by the Council to suspend the intended salary increase of academic and administrative staff members in the light of the anticipated financial impact of the coronavirus pandemic. Our staff accepted their co-responsibility of having to tighten the belt and responded with an extraordinary demonstration of professionalism, resilience, dedication, and resourcefulness that not only served our pupils in a remarkable way, but also drew attention to DSG as one of the schools that performed the best under the national state of emergency. Thanks to the efforts and initiatives of our staff, we offered a sustained online academic program, a vibrant extramural program, and kept up our structures of pastoral care. In the context of very challenging and ever-changing environment brought about by the pandemic, one in which many schools were forgiven for conceding that most of their usual operations were impossible, DSG staff said, "What is possible? Let's make a plan. Let's get creative." This attitude and effort from our staff blew me away because I knew how much strain individuals were taking, as the lines between work and home were blurred, not because home went to work, but because work came home. Their efforts went a long way in demonstrating to parents the return on their educational investment, but it also bore witness to the integrity, dedication, and professionalism of the DSG staff. The success of the stable schooling we have managed to provide is apparent in various indicators, most notably the encouraging number of 2021 applicants and several recent enrollments in Term 3. We asked the staff to knuckle down and deliver, and they did exactly that. Our school is full again, and we cannot underestimate how much this is owed to the consistency and the performance of our staff. So, my dear colleagues, I salute you for the exceptional job you have done as a teacher, as a house director, as a tutor, as a coach, as a deputy, as an administrator, or a member of the advancement office, as catering staff, as security, as maintenance and housekeeping staff, and IT staff. And please allow me to single out just a few individuals who really worked very closely with me, and I'm really thankful for them. Simon Holderness, Petra Genst, thank you very much for the unbelievable team. There I go. That we have been this year. I cannot even begin to tell you how much I appreciate you. And then when the heat was on and we didn't know what we didn't know, people like Mr. Dave Jarvis, Mrs. Jane Ritchie, actually both Jarvises, Mr. Jane Ritchie and Mrs. Penny York, we formed the Corona response team, I think we call ourselves. And everybody thought we had it waxed, but I tell you what, most of the time we had no clue. We are sad to bid farewell this term to a number of exceptional members of staff. Ms. Kim Barker will be leaving DSG at the end of this year. She has made this decision for various reasons, but foremost to complete her PhD, which is due in 2021 and will require her full attention. Ms. Barker might be a small woman, but she is a giant, on whose shoulders many others have stood and will be standing in the future at DSG. Her departure will leave a huge void at DSG, where she has had a significant impact as an educator, a mentor, a leader, a friend, and in a unique, gentle, yet courageous way. Her work and thinking in the field of transformation and diversity has been paradigm shifting at DSG, and we can only pray that we may find a worthy person to take the baton from her. May the next chapter in her career be fulfilling, meaningful, and joyful. Can we please say thank you to her with an applause? Mr. Javon Hainson, the choral director of DSG and St. Andrews College, is congratulated on his appointment as the music director at Cowan House Prep School in KwaZulu-Natal Midlands. It will not be easy to replace the talent and flair of Mr. Hainson. He's one of those staff members who always keep us humble and honest. But the talent and flair that Mr. Hainson offered our schools, and our loss is the gain of Cowan House. But we celebrate this affirming appointment with Mr. Hainson. Congratulations on a significant promotion, Mr. Hainson, and best wishes for the huge responsibility ahead. Ms. Tommy Maiwashe was offered a mathematics teaching position at Somerset College that she will be taking up in January. Ms. Maiwashe is a gifted educator with a very promising career ahead of her. In her 4 years at DSG, she has been a blessing to our school as a mathematics teacher Deputy House Director in Magnano, and in transformation work at the school. Ms. Maiwashe has taught us that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth because we should do twice more listening than talking. Although her departure will be a great loss, we are sharing in Ms. Maiwashe's excitement about being closer to loved ones and family in Cape Town. We wish her Godspeed in this new venture. Mr. Ntokozo Biela will be leaving DSG at the end of the year for another girls' school, Springfield Convent in Cape Town, where he will be teaching mathematics. Mr. Biela is held in high esteem as a mathematics and isiXhosa teacher, but he has also served with distinction as a grade 11 tutor and legendary soccer coach. As a colleague, we have appreciated his intellect, his critical thinking, and his wisdom. We wish him every success in Cape Town. May the girls in blue at Springfield be as delightful to you as the girls in green here at DSG. Ms. Sandra Marks and her husband will be taking up a very exciting business opportunity in Johannesburg next year as co-owners of a sports academy. We owe Ms. Marks a huge debt of thanks for her initiative and tireless work in order to offer quality online sports programs during the lockdown and alternative sports activities when girls return to campus. We have received a lot of affirming feedback about the way in which DSG has kept a vibrant and varied sports program alive this year. And Ms. Marks deserves most of the credit for this, which she will of course never claim, as you would go far to find a more unassuming, modest person. We wish her and her husband all the best on their new endeavor. The next group from our community that I want to acknowledge today are the old girls. We engaged with old girls in an unprecedented way this year by entering in courageous, introspective conversations about the culture and character of our school. It was not an easy process, but it was necessary, and from it came forth a recommitment to the continued transformation of our school to be a space of true belonging where anyone can show up without having to wear protective armor or pretentious attire, or having to leave behind or change parts of themselves in order to gain access and acceptance at DSG. We listened with empathy, acknowledged with sincerity, and committed to eradicating all forms of discrimination, no matter how subtle, overt, or unintended. The establishment of the Old Girls Transformation Advisory Group, the OG TAG as we call them, the Council Transformation Committee, and the new Deputy Post for Transformation and People Development are among the high-level structures that flowed from our commitment to a DSG that is home to all in her community. We confirmed again that our continued work and discussions should be underpinned by and never undermine the core values of our school, founded on our humble faith in Jesus Christ and his example of unconditional love, kindness, compassion, honesty, and forgiveness. I am inspired by the countless micro-kindnesses that I observe every day at DSG and the sense of sisterhood that is the true spirit of our school community. Even us men here feel like honorary sisters in the hood of DSG. Sometimes we, the staff and the girls, get so immersed in our work here at school that we tend to forget the third very important stakeholder in our partnership, the parents. The most common response I get when I tell people that I'm a private school headmaster is an expression of sympathy that I have to deal with you, parents. People normally ask me, aren't the parents difficult? And I then usually respond with a bit of myth busting, because this is simply not true. You are not difficult, but you are also not easy. You are enthusiastic. You are loyal, kind, generous, encouraging, and appreciative. You have high expectations, but hold yourself to the same standards. Your high expectations are not a threat to the school. They are a compliment, and they are appropriate. On behalf of your daughters, I salute you for granting them the opportunity to attend this wonderful school at great cost and sacrifice. On behalf of the staff, thank you for trusting us and for the special bonds that were built with teachers, tutors, coaches, house staff, and wellness staff over the years. A round of applause to the parents. On behalf of the staff, parents, girls, old girls, and friends of the DSG, I wish to express a special word of thanks to the DSG Council for their unwavering support, genuine care, and generous giving of their time and energy and expertise and wisdom. I stand astounded by the value of these remarkable women that they add without expecting anything material in return. Without exception, they each have a deep love for DSG, and the reward that makes their contribution worth it to them is to see our beautiful school and its community thrive and grow. There cannot be many other schools out there with a council so accessible, in touch, and supportive. As staff, we draw huge comfort from the knowledge that they have our backs and govern with meticulous attention to detail, vision, and caution. Pardon me for making particular mention of 3 members of council who engage on a regular basis with me this year under the circumstances that we had, with the leadership to ensure that we steered the best course through the choppy COVID-19 waters. Council Chair Mr. Cotton and Vice Chair Mrs. Keaton, together with FinCom Chair Mr. Poole, have offered invaluable wisdom and insight in their guidance and decision-making through the financial challenges posed by the pandemic, but also other areas of school governance. Mr. Cotton has been an anchor in my first year as head of school, and I wish to thank him personally and on behalf of the entire DSG community for his generous giving, reassurance, the courage to keep us accountable on behalf of all stakeholders, but also to stand in the breach for us when necessary. This is what true leadership looks like. And I want you to thank all of them with a round of applause. Finally, matrics. 2020 was a year of great loss for millions of people. Here in our small bubble, you have probably experienced the greatest loss. You were robbed of many precious aspects of what was meant to be the pinnacle of your school career. Although I know how frustrating it must have been, you did not throw your toys. Not too often, at least. You made the most of it, remained in good cheer, and stayed productively on course with the important job at hand. Thank you for setting the tone this year. Thank you for your easy laughter, your mischief, and your sense of fun. Thank you for your respect and kindness, your unassuming confidence and your loyalty. Thank you for your authenticity, your honesty, and your critical thinking. Thank you for your work ethic and your example. Thank you for having taken your leave this week, especially with respect, humility, and maturity. This will be one lasting memory that will always bring honor to your year group, that you finished well and did not trip over the final hurdle by confusing disrespect with short-lived fun during silly season. I'm thrilled that you were able to have your dance last night. Wasn't it delightful? Your final chapel service, your guild dinner, and this celebration of your excellence as a year group here in the monument with your parents in the room. Yuval Noah Harari is someone I follow quite closely, and he writes the following: as biotechnology and machine learning improve, improve and combine forces, it is becoming easier to manipulate people's deepest emotions and desires, and it will become more dangerous than ever before to just follow your heart. In the 21st century, your attention, matrix, and adults in this room, is the product, and the social media is the market square. Perhaps the most important competency that we could leave you with is the ability to know and trust yourself, what you believe is wrong and right, and what your core values are. Although we live in a century with unlimited information at your fingertips, I do believe that there are a few things that are worth knowing off by heart. Knowing that you are enough. Knowing that living a meaningful life is more important than discovering the meaning of life. Knowing that it is always worth mending a relationship. Knowing that who is right is far less important than what is right. Knowing how to pray and how to care. Matrix, the world is in desperate need of creative, critically thinking, caring, courageous leaders. I'm hopeful that DSG has fulfilled its obligation to offer you a growth experience that equipped you with what you need in order to take the next step in your life's journey with confidence. The values, the knowledge, the competencies, the character, and the connections. I look at the diverse, vibrant group that you are, and my heart jumps with joy, pride, and hope. I thank you for the part you played in shaping DSG while this school was shaping you and you were shaping each other. You have carried your custodianship with distinction through an unbelievably difficult year, and I congratulate you on your achievements and growth. I pray that you may enjoy the richest blessings and prosperity in your future and for God's protection along the way. May you follow the path of God's wildest dreams for your life, one that is lived with curiosity, generosity, courage, and love. We thank God for His grace and blessings as I send you off with an excerpt from Psalm 16, my favorite psalm. The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. I have a delightful inheritance. I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With Him at my right hand, I will not be shaken. En avant.
Zandile,
Yebo,
we did it! No more books!
no more grinding.
The trick is done forever! What if we don't pass?
I'm Manindo, of course we'll pass.
And we can worry about the results when they come out next month.
But tomorrow,
It's a party!
late December 1963. What a special night for me. What a lady, what a night. Yeah.
Oh, I've been waiting to do that forever.
You know, I'm glad you came back, eh?
My parents forced me to come back.
But you know, they were right. 6 months wasn't so long ago.
But it's been so long since I've seen my Paul.
I'm Manindo, ever since you came back from that wedding. It's just Paul, 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 Paul.
Oh, but you don't know what happened to me at that
I've
wedding.
heard this story a few million times now. I know that your heart stopped and then you started sweating, like in the Barbara Cartland books.
I could tell it over and over again.
Can I tell you what's going to make my heart stop? Lindy, I'm worried. What are we presenting tomorrow?
Do you remember? Do you remember what happened last year?
Oh my gosh. We were waiting on last year's matrix and they were so boring.
And you, with the big
Ah,
tray.
Linda, don't remind me, please.
There you were, walking with this big tray.
With the 24 plastic cups filled with Coca-Cola.
For the 12 prefects and their partners.
I even remember the tune that was playing. Benz, I'm a wololo, wololo. And I was walking along nicely to the beat, and that stupid clumsy Zola danced right into me.
Nonsense. Your shoes are too small.
He danced right into me, and over I went onto the head boy's lap, and his girlfriend, I forget her name now.
Caroline.
I always knew you had eyes on Sipo.
As if you were so desperate.
Meanwhile, my eyes are on the floor.
And there's Coca-Cola everywhere, all over the pretty pink and blue.
And yellow.
Dresses were ruined.
Everyone was so sticky and so cross.
But at least it woke them up.
Yeah. Okay, let's stop laughing at other people. What are we presenting tomorrow at the party?
We can do a song Paul taught me.
Aye, my Linjoy, this Paul of yours is haunting us now. Who invented telephones? Paul. Who discovered the route to India? Paul. Aye, come on.
You are just jealous.
Okay, fine. What is it?
It's called Sugar Sugar.
So now I'm gonna be your sugar tomorrow.
I sugar and no, pay attention.
Okay.
Sugar Sugar.
And then what do I say?
Bum 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 ba-dum.
Bum 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 bum.
Okay. Sugar Sugar.
Bum 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 bum.
Honey Honey.
Bum 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 bum.
Oh, man. Oh, Zandile, you cannot dance like this. They will laugh at you tomorrow.
Teach me kaloku Lindy.
I can pay attention. Sugar Sugar.
Bum 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 bum.
Honey Honey.
Bum 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 bum.
Hi, man. Shoulders. This is a job bag.
Siyazifunda kaloku zaseJoburg.
Sugar Sugar.
Bum 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 bum.
Honey Honey.
Bum 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 bum.
Your knees, man. Lower. Sugar Sugar.
Bum 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 bum.
Honey Honey. And sing at the same time. You are my candy girl,
And you got me wanting you. I like this. But is this all your Paul does? Sing sugar sugar to you all day long? He doesn't work?
he does work.
And what does he do?
He plays the drums.
Linda, well, you can't call working drumming.
It's hard work drumming.
Okay, and what does his family think? A grown man playing drums.
They like it. They go and watch him all the time. Sisters included, Tandi and Pumzile.
Are they our age?
No, they're old, man, 27 and 28. But they like me.
Have you met the parents?
No, the parents live in Durban, but he has told them about me.
Hi, Lindy, we're looking serious, eh?
Yes, Mrs. Zude any day now.
Sweetie.
Yes.
Hold on. You said that your Paul has two sisters, Tandi and Pumzile, and that they're older than him, and that they live in Durban. Linda, give me your Paul's address.
But why?
Because I need to write to him, it's important.
And what's the connection?
Zwide is my name, my family name.
And Sigwili?
That's my mother's name. Sandile Zwide is my real name. Zwide is my father's surname.
So you mean to tell me that my Paul is your brother?
I remember when I was about, I think 7 years old, my half-brother from Durban, Paul, used to take all Cape Towns and play drums with them outside. And my father could never make him stop. And the two sisters, their names connect with my half-sisters. Please, Andile, I need to find out where my gogo is.
Zandile, there's an old woman that stays there with Paul and his uncle. She could be your grandmother.
Oh, but no, gogo.
Zandile, listen. I'm going to run home and fetch Paul's number and then go to the post office and phone him.
I'm gonna come with you. I have to come with you.
No, even if it is your grandmother, you won't be able to talk to her.
Okay. Linda, go run and come straight back.
Of course, sister-in-law.
Oh God, please, just please let it be the right Paul. Let it be the right one so that I can finally see my gogo again.
Good morning, council members, honoured guests, parents, staff, and girls. It is with great pleasure that we welcome our honoured guest, Mrs. Phumeza Mzaidume, onto the stage to hand over the prizes that honour the achievements of the class of 2020. Mrs. Mzaidume inspired us with her wise words at the Guild dinner, and it is wonderful that we can welcome her again as an honoured guest again. Thank you. Here are the Matric Prize winners for 2020, Grade 12s. The Hope Brereton Form Prize, a Merit Award for Academic Achievement, and subject prizes for Afrikaans Home Language, Geography, Life Sciences, AP Mathematics, Afrikaans Home Language, Public Speaking, and the Open Essay Prize, with distinctions in Afrikaans Home Language, English, Geography, Life Sciences, Mathematics, and Physical Science. Ivana Stevens. Second in Grade 12, a Merit Award for Academic Achievement and subject prizes for English and Accounting, with distinctions in English, Accounting, Life Sciences, Mathematics, and Physical Science, Olivia de Kock. Merit Award for Academic Achievement and subject prizes for Afrikaans First Additional Language, Life Orientation, and Afrikaans First Additional Language Public Speaking, with distinctions in Afrikaans First Additional Language, English, Life Sciences, Mathematics, and Physical Sciences, Kalbi Waka. Merit Award for Academic Achievement with distinction in Mathematics, Jemima Baum. Merit Award for Academic Achievement with distinctions in Business Studies and Mathematics, Kat Bear. Merit Award for Academic Achievement and the Afrikaans First Additional Language Essay Prize with distinctions in Afrikaans First Additional Language and Accounting, Tyrese Berger. A Merit Award for Academic Achievement with distinction in Mathematics in absentia, Louisa De Molo. Merit Award for Academic Achievement and the subject prize for French First Additional Language with a distinction in French First Additional Language, Casey Dietlifs. Merit Award for Academic Achievement and the Smuts Prize for English Afrikaans Bilingualism with distinctions in Afrikaans Home Language, English, Life Sciences, Mathematics, and Visual Arts, Michaela Ekstein. Merit Award for Academic Achievement with distinctions in Geography, Mathematics, and Physical Science, Georgie Gerber. Merit Award for Academic Achievement with distinctions in Business Studies and Mathematics, Chloe Lindsay. Merit Award for Academic Achievement with distinctions in English, Geography, and Life Sciences, Kate Long. Merit Award for Academic Achievement and the Subject Prize for Information Technology with distinctions in isiXhosa First Additional Language, Accounting, and Mathematics, Kanya Lugongolo. Merit Award for Academic Achievement and Subject Prizes in Mathematics and Physical Sciences with distinctions in isiXhosa First Additional Language, Geography, Mathematics, and Physical Science, Georgie Mackenzie. Merit Award for Academic Achievement and the Subject Prize for Dramatic Arts with distinctions in English, Dramatic Arts, History, and Mathematics, Pelisa Masito. Merit Award for Academic Achievement with distinction in Life Sciences, Erin McNaughton. Merit Award for Academic Achievement and Subject Prizes for AP English, History, and English isiXhosa Bilingualism Prize with distinctions in English, isiXhosa First Additional Language, History, and Visual Arts, Leah Mickelwright. Merit Award for Academic Achievement with distinctions in Afrikaans First Additional Language, English, Geography, Life Sciences, Physical Science, and Mathematics, Emma Mulcahy. Merit Award for Academic Achievement and the Subject Prize for isiXhosa First Additional Language and the Lady Helen Crew Prize for History with a distinction in English, isiXhosa First Additional Language, and History, Oyama Zaidume. Merit Award for Academic Achievement and the Sandra Hayes Music Prize for Instrumental Excellence with distinctions in English, isiXhosa First Additional Language, Yolisa Kola. Merit Award for Academic Achievement with distinctions in isiXhosa First Additional Language, English and Dramatic Arts, Liborn Gwenya. Merit Award for Academic Achievement with a distinction in Mathematics, Jessica Patterson. Merit Award for Academic Achievement and the Subject Prize for Design with distinctions in Business Studies, Design, and Mathematics, Ali Rowe. Merit Award for Academic Achievement with distinctions in Design, English, and Mathematics, Tova Sharwood. Merit Award for Academic Achievement and the Subject Prize for Business Studies with distinctions in French First Additional Language, Accounting, Business Studies, Life Sciences, and Mathematics, Duki Sunuga. Merit Award for Academic Achievement with distinctions in isiXhosa First Additional Language and Mathematics, Yonalani Tini. The A-Level Grade Prize and the Subject Prize for A-Level Chemistry with distinctions in A-Level Biology and A-Level Chemistry, Amy Poole.
The subject prize for Afrikaans First Additional Language and the Hope Brereton Music Prize for Piano, Sasha van der Merwe. Subject prize for German Second Additional Language, Kristen Duplessis. Sehr gut, Kristen. Subject prize for the best subject in the whole wide world, A-level biology, Kath Moore. Subject prize for A-level mathematics and A-level physics, Sienna Evans. Subject prize for mathematical literacy, Tamara Jack. Subject prize for subject music and the Sutherland Award for Progress in an Orchestral Instrument, Kayla van Staden. Subject prize for visual arts, Gemma Quinn. The Afrikaans home language, or is that Huistaal, essay prize, Emma Weber. The trophy for the best senior performer, Isona Dianti. The Lady Helen Crew Prize for Visual Arts, Emma Davidson. And the best senior artwork, Lily Bielefeld. I now call on Ms. Marks to present the Sports Award, and then I'll be back.
Good morning to the members of council, staff, parents, and to the girls. For the sports department, the annual sports dinner is a highlight. It's the culmination of the year's sporting achievements. However, owing to the status quo, this year we'll be marking this occasion quite differently. This year we have had the opportunity to take a step back and reflect. Upon doing so, I stumbled upon this quote by Simon Sinek. Excitement comes from the achievement, and fulfillment comes from the journey. And so today, we celebrate your journeys. We have been made to rethink and innovate, which has brought us back to one question. Why do we play sport? I would like you to take a moment to think why you participate in sport. My own answer to this question was we play sport to convert scoreboards to shared successes, foes into friends, and moments into memories. Sport embodies the appreciation of a process, a bigger picture. Every time we play the game or practice, we add another piece to the puzzle. And as this puzzle grows, the picture of who we are becomes clearer. Friendships grow stronger and our confidence improves. It is this process that creates the powerful emotion we feel when we put on our DSG sports kits and play the sport we love. As we adjust to our new normal, we must remember and remain true to why we play sport. We all can't wait to get back out onto the sports field again in the near future, and when we do, let us stay true to why we play, and the power of sport will do the rest. It gives me great pleasure to award the following sports awards. The Basketball Award for Most Improved Player goes to Ngama Skenjana. Perseverance and Dedication Award to Klani Bomela. Player of the Year to Sambesiwe Kukisi. Now to the Hockey Awards. Although the hockey and the netball season was cut short, we can still reflect on the past few years, and the following 2 trophies are awarded to a player who has served 4 years in the first team. Her passion and love for the game shines through. The Southgate Trophy for scoring 3 goals in the 6 games we managed to play this season, as well as the Bondi and Ali Trophy for perseverance and dedication, goes to Tova Sharwood. Horse Riding Awards for perseverance and dedication goes to Babette Swart. I think she's absent. The Rider of the Year goes to Georgie Gerber. Moving on to our Lifestyle Awards. During lockdown, the lifestyle sports moved from the DSG studio into our lounges, bedrooms, gardens, and garages. This year, the Lifestyle Sports Awards goes to a young woman who has been part of the sport for 3 years. She has attended cardio, step, Pilates, and yoga. She is also completing her Pilates instructor qualification through TriFit Focus Academy. All-round contribution to lifestyle sport goes to Acacia Bell. Our Netball Awards. Most Improved Player goes to Duki Sunuga. Perseverance and dedication to Emma Mulcahy. The Squash Award. The Alison Rundle Trophy for perseverance and dedication goes to Lucy McAdam. The Water Polo Awards. For Most Improved Player, Taylor Brown. Perseverance and dedication is awarded to Lee Saywood. And Player of the Year goes to Kat Bear. I will now hand over to Dr. Gens to hand out the special awards.
These awards will be a surprise to the girls, who will just have to be patient as they come out, please. The Senior Holland Prize for Spoken English is this year awarded to Oyama Mzaidume. The DSG Art Prize for 2020. This is awarded to a girl whose work is purchased by the school to be added to the DSG Art Collection, and this year it goes to Acacia Bell. All that lifestyle sport fitness is coming in handy now. Let's give her another round of applause. The prize for service to the chapel goes to Sarah Charles. The Mrs. Horton's prize for service is this year shared by Lucy McAdam and Lucy Tomoshazen. The Gauteng Parent Group Prize goes to Isona Gianchi. The P.B. Norton Memorial Prize is shared by Mengoli Konje and, in absentia, Babette Swart. The next award is one voted for by the girls at the school, so it's quite special and memorable. It's the Lucy Davidson Memorial Award, and this year it goes to Charlotte Abraham. The Margaret Edwards Prize is shared this year by Kelby Barker and Lee Saywood. The Prize for Progress in Mathematics, Kat Bear. Prizes for diligence in matric this year go to Klanyi Bomela, Danique Bowman, Felicity Burton, Chloe Lindsay, Kath Moore, Angela Shared, and in absentia, Babette Swart. The All-Round Contribution Award, or the ARC Award, this year is awarded to Duki Sunuga. The GBS Mutual Bank Progress Prizes this year go to Genevieve Arnold, Sikhle Bangaza, and Bella Tsanonis. And then there's a special art award here given to, it's the best senior artwork. Lily Baylefelt, would you come up, please? Georgie Gerber.
Mrs. Mzai Dume, thank you for generously giving of your time today to hand out the prizes to my amazing class of 2020. This year has been a unique and difficult year, but as you highlighted at the Guild dinner on Friday evening, none of it would have been possible without the support from our parents. Please accept this small token of our appreciation.
Now call on Mr. de Villiers to hand out the special Heads Award, Honorvant Awards, and the ducks.
Thank you very much. I have the honor to announce the Heads Award and the Honorvant Awards. And these are not prizes that were won in any way. These two awards are awarded to any number of students girls who have really contributed in a very special way this year. And I actually feel like handing it to the entire matric class. So I just want to say to all of you, you have my award for this year. And thank you very much. But I'm told that's not how it works. So it gives me great pleasure to announce the following girls for receiving the Heads Award. Congratulations to Tyrese Berger, Sarah Charles, Leah Mickelwright, Emma Bilkachi, Zanda Nkosiane, Lucy Termoshuizen, and Yonelani Tini. Eliswa Nola and Lee Simon. Final prize to be handed over tonight, or as it feels like tonight, today, is the Ducks Scholar for 2020, and I'm sure you've guessed it, Ivana Stevens. we will be listening to another music piece and then conclude the day. Thank you.
To be honest, I'm not quite sure what to say. I think that was absolutely outstanding. I think the artists need another big round of applause. Well done. Could I please ask you to stand for the school hymn, which will be led by Zintle Yaka.
Receive the blessing. To whom who is able to keep you from stumbling and to present you before his glorious presence without fault and with great joy. To the only God, our Savior, be glory, majesty, power, and authority through Jesus Christ, our Lord, before all ages. And the blessing of God Almighty, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit be upon you and remain on you in the coming in and the going out, now and forever. Amen.